my biggest pet peeve is if they ever post it and they don't tag the artist. Like the least you could fucking do is
tag the artist. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times where like ESPN the other day posted Jason Tatum's new tat and they didn't even tag Steve Weib. I was like, bro, like that takes 2 clicks to figure out who did this tattoo.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's when it gets me tight, because like these artists, like Steve's established, Ortega's on his way up, but like if it's a small artist and they're posting something, like I was saying, even with me, like just that tag does like wonders for you.
Yeah, no, it's true. I feel the same way, bro, because I feel like my following's not that big, but shit, if they weren't to tag me, you know, I mean, I guess I don't care too much about it, but if they were to tag me, it would help me tremendously, because
overnight you'd be booked out for 3 years.
Yeah.
like no, you know what I mean? The effect it has is wild if you get one of those pages on any tattoo, because it's just, there's so many people that are looking for tattoo artists and don't know where to look. And then, once they see it on a celebrity, there's a lot of people that don't even care about the quality, don't even look at any of that stuff, and they're just like, okay, let's lock in. Yeah. So imagine having your quality like work and an athlete, and then post it out like that. You know what I mean? People, you'd be booked out 3-4 years.
Yeah, it's literally a walking billboard that's going to get your name out there.
To all the tattoo people out there, I'm sure everybody follows this page. At least I know I do. I tattoo a lot of athletes that sometimes they just catch themselves on INKED NBA. So with that being said, today we have my boy Matt, the creator, founder of INKED NBA and Ink Central also, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so happy to have you, bro.
Yes, welcome to Inklusive, bro. Thanks for giving us. You got here super early, and then now it's super late, and then we're finally doing the podcast. So thanks for helping us do our side of the content.
Of course, I know the hustle.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Pleasure.
Right here, bro. Look at this camera. Okay, let people know who you are, bro.
Matt Mangano, Brooklyn, New York, founder of INKED NBA. Just a kid that loved tattoos and basketball, and then started posting about it. Ended up being some stuff that caught some traction, and now we're sitting in NBA tattoo sessions. So it's been real surreal.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Happy to have you though, to be honest, bro.
Yeah.
No, I was hyped that you brought me out here. I told you I've been hitting you. I'm like, yo, whenever you got somebody, let me know. So
it's been a long time coming, bro.
Hell yeah.
Finally made it happen.
Right.
We had Sadiq earlier today. Did a full day with him. You shot some stuff too.
Yep.
It was a great day, honestly.
Yeah. Well, Link. So earlier today, Matt came in with his production team, and they shot a whole episode for their show. What's the name of the show, real quick?
Sessions.
So, yeah. They were out here shooting for a couple hours. They interviewed Sadiq Bey and also Caked Up Log when we're here. And I think they have a wonderful episodes in their hand. So once it's available, we'll add it to the bottom of the YouTube video of our podcast, so you guys can go check it out too as well.
Yeah, or maybe we can add the page, because I was telling you earlier that I was looking you up on YouTube, and a lot of videos do pop up of you, but I guess just so they can go check out those specific ones that you're doing the interviews with, maybe we can link that down below.
The direct link,
yeah, exactly.
Well, like I have a link tree that has like just those episodes
okay.
on it.
So that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll share that. So
appreciate it.
After you check out the podcast, go check out the episode of Sessions. It should be out. I mean, this will come out this week, but Sessions, do you have an estimated time of when they'll come out?
It depends. Usually it's not very current, just because we have to film a lot of it in the off season.
Yeah, makes sense.
NBA guys only get tatted in the off season, so we stock up on our footage, and then we have to make that last through the season. So we'll see. A few months though.
Yeah. So we'll still link the pages. So go give him some love if you haven't already, and check out his stuff and let him know where you came from.
Yeah, my boy has a line of videos to drop right now, so we're somewhere in there. You guys will see it.
So Matt, let us know, how did NBA become the success that we all know now? I feel like it's kind of like an encyclopedia of tattoos, bro. Like you're technically like immortalizing all these tattoos into one page, and I feel like everyone kind of just goes there and picks out ideas and influence themselves from there.
Yeah. No, well, hearing about it from artists, like when you were saying today, they were saying outside, like that people come into the shop, show their tattoos. Like when I talk to other artists, people say it too, where like, oh, blah, blah, blah was in the shop and, he pulled up your page and he was looking at that. That's fucking crazy to me. Like that don't make no sense. Because when I started that page, that was like what I was doing. Like it was like a Pinterest board for me. I was looking to get my first tattoo, and I was a big fan of D'Angelo Russell while he was on the Nets. So I was looking and I was like, his artist might be in New York or, you know, local because he was from Brooklyn. He was playing in Brooklyn at the time. And I'm looking online for close-ups, artists, anything like that. And you could find nothing. There was nothing online. So I was never big into Pinterest. So I didn't go to Pinterest for like my mood board or like idea board. I just went on Instagram. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make a page, you know, start posting just pictures I'd see from like the teams posting it or like the players posting it. And I was just posting like 3-4 things a day, like, you know, no caption or a caption just saying like cool tattoo, like some bullshit. And I believe it was like a month in, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, so he's on the Timberwolves right now, but he was in college at the time, DM'd me and was like, yo, I just got tatted, and like sent me his tattoos.
Nice.
And as a kid, I was in college at the time, and like I said, I was a big basketball fan, and like at the time, not in the basketball realm of media or anything, so like never talked to any players, never, you know, I was that kid going to, you know, in 2014, I waited like 4 hours to meet Steph Curry in the city.
Wow. And
like get his shoe signed. In you know, 2020, in like 2018, I braided my hair and went and met Jeremy Lin, because Jeremy Lin used to braid the hair.
Yeah.
I could give you guys pictures to pop up. That'd be funny. But literally,
just put them right here.
Yeah, and Jeremy Lin posted it on Twitter and was like, shout out to this fan who braided. So like I've always been like obsessed with basketball. So when I get that DM, I was like, what the fuck? Like I got a player DMing me right now. So I just wrote, I like rolled with it. Like I knew what I was doing. I was like, oh, okay, bet I'm gonna post them up today. Yeah. I was like, I got you.
Hell yeah.
Posted them up, and then it just started, like, it kind of clicked for me where I was just like, all right, like, let's see what we could do with this. So I started taking it a little more serious. The beginning was a grind though, man. It was like, I would DM, there's like 400, 500 guys in the NBA. I was DMing probably 50 guys a day, and like I would run through the list like every week, DMing them again. Just trying to be like, yo, if you got any pictures of your tattoos, this is what I do, let me know. And, you know, you DM 500 guys, I would get 2 replies maybe.
Right.
But the 2 replies was a big deal, because I was like, those are 2 NBA dudes that are interested in what's going on.
Yeah.
And then over time, you build relationships with artists. Like me and you have been talking for a while now. And then stuff like this can materialize. We're like, okay, you got a player coming in. I'm going to pull up, film some content. And, you know, that's how you start a relationship like that. And, you know, as the pages started building, now it's like I have a relationship with, you know, hundreds of artists, hundreds of players, where now it's like I'm on my phone randomly, like at a party or just hanging out, working, whatever I'm doing, get a text from somebody, yo, I just got this, and like, boom, I got a picture from a player of his new tattoo, or I got a picture from the artist of the new tattoo they did on somebody, or like when you were tagging Sadiq, you're tagging me on the stories. Right. Like a lot of artists do that too. Like they'll post some or they'll tag me on the story, where it's become like a staple.
What's like your favorite way to receive, or I mean, I guess besides like an athlete hitting you up, for an artist, what's the best way that we can reach out to you and send you the work?
Well, when anything tagged, I always repost. Like I always repost stuff, and I tell that to all the artists too. I'm like, and I have a big following, so I'm like, if you tag me, I'm gonna repost it for you. Like I'm gonna put it on my thing for you, because it's exclusive content. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You took that photo, me posting, it's benefiting me, and then it's getting your page out there as well.
Right, some exposure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, tagging on anything, and then I'm always down to collab on posts too, like with the new Instagram feature.
Okay. I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, I'm always down for that, and I tell artists that all the time, because one, it saves me time typing out a post.
Yeah, that's true.
Or even if like you want me to post it, because with the collabs, it's still kind of messed up, where like it doesn't fully reach the collabed audience, like the second audience. But even if I would post it, you could give me a caption, whatever, and then we collab, it's still on both our pages, and then like, you know what I mean, your page is directly on that post.
Right, that's true.
We should try that out with Sadiq's cover up today. See how that works.
Let's do it.
I feel that's a really good sample. You know, because we haven't thought about collaborating outside of our in-house team. Just, you know, with the heavy hitters Instagram, and then each artist.
Yeah.
But outside, I feel like we haven't tried it out. So
yeah. Also, I feel like there's a lot of people that just don't like doing the collab. So that's why I'm not like first to do it, because I have tried it with. I mean, I guess athletes is different, but I'll try it with them and they just won't accept it. Yeah. You know, most of them don't like that stuff on their profile.
Yeah, and a lot of guys. It depends who you have. Like for me too. Obviously, for me, I want to collab with every player I could, because it's huge.
Yeah.
This year I collabed with the Trailblazers and the Hornets. I collabed with 2 NBA teams.
Oh wow,
so for
that's
me,
huge.
Yeah,
awesome.
For me, huge, because that's like, you know, NBA. It's
yeah, that's a platform.
It gives you, you know, validity.
Crazy.
You're becoming valid technically.
Exactly.
It gives you like a, hey,
Yeah. What about ESPN, Bleacher Report?
Nah,
about those guys?
fuck Bleacher Report, fuck ESPN, burning all those bridges.
How come, bro? Let us know what's up. What's going on right there, bro?
Bro, just as like still a very small content creator in the scheme of things, right? So, like 178,000 people. When you say the number now, I'm like numb to it. But you put 178,000 people in a stadium and whatever, you're selling out every stadium in the world. You're selling so it's a lot of fucking people. But when you go to social media, you look at these big pages, all that, it's millions and millions or hundreds and hundreds of thousands. For one of those pages to just simply give a tag or just an ad in the bio changes my life, changes my whole platform, all that, versus just to go around it and find a way around it. I feel like it's more work than just obviously you got the content from me. For example, literally in the last month, so this will be relevant if this is going to come out in a week, but in the last month there's literally been 7 or 8 posts that are either hours apart or a day apart from when I post it. And it's some of the content, the bigger stuff, Jason Tatum gets a tattoo, sure, that's mainstream media, people see that. A guy goes and gets a Hall of Fame tattoo on him, and he DMs me the Hall of Fame tattoo. I post it. House of Highlights posted 2 days later. It's
with no credit to you.
No, they go straight to the guy. I credit the guy on my post, and then that's how these big but they do that that's all they do to each other. Is just bite each other's content and then take direct from the source. So that's what you said it earlier today when we were talking. Until you start making original content, and this is anybody in the space.
That's true.
Until you start making original content, there's always ways that people can just go around you.
Steal your stuff.
Whether or not you're the guy that's pushing it out to the world, it doesn't matter, because they can always just be doesn't matter, it's not your photo, he took it, go right to him. So that's why I feel sessions and what we did today, and what we're trying to do going forward, or even the TikTok content I'm doing, is huge, because it's that's from my phone, or that's from our cameras.
Yeah, I feel it's very important, because it's original content. It shows you as the host, the owner, the creator, and then also you control what you put out. It's not someone else's content that you're just happen to be sharing it. So I feel that's huge. And
but I feel how do you even even if it is original content, how do you what I'm trying to say is what difference does it make? They're still gonna take it.
Well, because if there's no other source, you know what I mean. The way that they go about avoiding technically, I would say I'm a media outlet. Let's say, right? So I find some news, which is a big part of just being a social media outlet, is finding news. When I was in college, I was applying to all these media jobs, and a big part of it was the ability to find viral content.
Yeah.
Every single job I applied to, Bleacher Report, Overtime, ESPN, all these things, that was my dream thing, was to work for one of these companies. Was finding viral content, having the ability to recognize viral content before it's viral. Because for them, that's huge. If you can find a video,
you need the breaking news stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. If you can be scrolling on TikTok, you see a funny ass video, and you're a lot of people are gonna like this, and then 2 days later, it's posted on everything else. If you were able to bring that to your company and have it posted first, your company's getting a lot of traction to them, because you're the first people to break it.
Okay, I see.
So I mean, the second that I push it out to main media, they can just skip through my media source and go.
You technically become the middleman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's easy, you can cut it straight out.
Yeah.
Technically, there's no legality. There's nothing you can do, because, like I said, it's not from my cameras, from anything like that, or sent to me confidentially. So, yeah. I mean, it sucks, but it's I always look at it, or people, whenever I get tight about it, people DM me and be yo, listen, it means you're doing something right.
I mean, think about it this way: you're a trailblazer.
Yeah.
There's no one out there that's creating this kind of content and that's also sharing it and helping these artists grow.
Yeah.
Because all I can think about, is just Ink magazine that does this, and they're very exclusive.
Yeah.
And then that's it. For the sports world, I feel that's a huge market, and you're trailblazing that.
Yeah.
You're literally starting something that hasn't existed before.
Yeah.
And it sucks that these old school medias are not appreciating that, and they're just kind of all right, let's take them out of the way, and let's go straight to the source.
Yeah.
So,
and there's definitely people that from these companies that follow, which like drives me even more nuts because it's like, you know what I mean? Like you're following and like watching everything that's happening and then like going and submitting it, you know what I mean, as your own. But again, you know, shit's always going to be taken when you do something, and it's like you got to realize like you're doing something right if people are watching and taking it. So
what about like watermarking it? You think that'll make a difference?
Technically, unless it's confidentially sent to me throwing a watermark on it, like they can just take it out. The only way, and then if it's my content, everything's watermarked when it's mine. When it's not, even if a player is just sending me a tattoo, throwing a watermark on it, it's not mine, it's the artist's photo. So then it's also like playing with that, and I don't like doing that because like I like, you know, helping the artists promote their stuff and all that. So like for me, if like Ortega Inc., a lot of his stuff has been getting posted. Like when he sends me stuff, if his stuff gets posted, like I'm super happy for his shit to get posted out. Like it's dope for him. He's getting the you know, the credibility on Overtime, all this shit, and he gets a lot of followers from it. So like for me, I'm happy because the artist gets tagged. My biggest pet peeve is if they ever post it and they don't tag the artist. Like the least you could fucking do is
tag the artist. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times where like they'll, like ESPN the other day posted Jason Tatum's new tat and they didn't even tag Steve Weib. I was like, bro, like that takes 2 clicks to figure out who did this tattoo.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's when it gets me tight because like these artists, like Steve's established, Ortega's on his way up, but like if it's a small artist and they're posting something, like I was saying, even with me, like just that tag does like wonders for you.
Yeah, no, it's true. I feel the same way, bro, because I feel like my following's not that big, but shit, if they weren't to tag me, you know, I mean, I guess I don't care too much about it, but if they were to tag me, it would help me tremendously because
overnight you'd be booked out for 3 years.
Yeah.
like no, you know what I mean? The effect it has is wild if you get one of those pages on any tattoo, because it's just, there's so many people that are looking for tattoo artists and don't know where to look. And once they see it on a celebrity, there's a lot of people that don't even care about the quality, don't even look at any of that stuff, and they're just like, okay, let's lock in.
Yeah.
So imagine having your quality like work and an athlete and then post it out like that. You know what I mean? People, you'd be booked out 3-4 years.
Yeah,
on
it's literally a walking billboard that's going to get your name out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you've seen it. Yeah. You've seen it with, you know, Stephon Diggs, and everyone knows affiliated to that.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like tumble into a bigger snowball, and now.
Yeah, I mean, it's free marketing.
More people are seeing.
Well, once you get into the NBA too, I always talk about this with the guys I talk to, like the artists I talk to that do NBA clientele. It's a small locker room, so like you know what I mean. Guys talk about tattoos. Guys see each other's tattoos nonstop, and let's use Sadiq as an example. With Sadiq now on a new team, right? He had work from you while he's in Detroit. Now he moves to Atlanta. You got a whole nother 18 guys now that see your work and are gonna ask, yo, who did that? It's another 18 guys in the league that now possibility of being like, all right, I'm gonna pull up.
Right.
So I mean, as much as, you know, on the player side, it sucks to get traded and moved. But if you had a dude that was on a new team every year for you, you know, it's fucking great advertisement because you're flying through the locker room and then it's like, oh shit, like hook up my boy, like tattoo my boy, and then you're in a bunch of different locker rooms.
Who do you think, out of all the artists that you've worked with, who do you think has the most NBA players under their belt?
It has to be Steve, bro.
Well, yeah, in general, I met Steve at a party in the city, but I've never like worked with him while he's working. But I guess from your knowledge of like who's just
out
in general,
there,
Steve for sure.
Steve,
yeah.
What are some of the players he's worked with?
Steve's worked with literally anyone in the NBA you can think about that has tattoos. It's Steve's client.
Bro,
John Wall, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, I know
Jason
about John
Tatum,
Wall because he's done like his whole body.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, KD,
Clarkson,
DeMar DeRozan. Michael Porter Jr.
Oh wow!
You could, if I sat there and thought about it, I could probably name about 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think just athletes, period, bro. Yeah. He tattoos so many athletes, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's why he's like fully booked out.
Is ridiculous. Yeah, his like brand is not taking appointments. Like he has like merch that's like says not taking appointments.
So how do you reach out to him?
Me?
Bro, even athletes can't get to him.
Yeah, no. I don't know how. I don't know how to get a tattoo from him. I got no idea. I don't have the answer for you. If you're looking for that,
I'm guessing you just gotta know someone that knows him. That gets you in front of him.
Yeah, I don't even know if like a regular person could get tatted by him.
Well, as in like I play in the NBA and he tatted you, so let me get his contact.
Yeah, because I feel like money wouldn't even be a thing at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's players I've talked to that like said like I've tried and he doesn't answer me.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Damn, I just forgot his name.
Exclusivity.
Like for real. Yeah.
The one I tattooed in LA when we went. was it LA? Houston. I can't remember his name.
NBA.
Yeah, he was in the Lakers.
From Houston.
Fuck. Let's pull it up.
Yeah, just go through my Instagram, bro.
Let's see.
Damn, I can't think of his name.
I know who you're talking about. His name is it's Jarrett Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, Vanderbilt.
Jared
Yeah.
Vanderbilt. Yeah.
So he was telling me because
I think he's still in the Lakers.
right?
Yeah, he's on the Lakers.
Yeah.
He got the top part of his arm done by Steve, and he was saying that just to get that, it took forever. And then him trying to get back, he was like, "It's just I don't even know how to get back in the chair."
Yeah.
But he was saying that it really takes a long time. And
What does he have? The MLK on the top?
Yeah,
By Steve?
and I think MLK's here, and I think he had Malcolm X. I think it was Malcolm X. It was nice. Steve's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like he still uses I think he uses the Bishop Packer. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like he's one of those people where like you meet, like when I met him, it felt like it was like a fake person. Like just because his look, like he's entire head is tattooed, fully tatted dude. And just like you see him in so many posts with celebrity, like these huge celebrities, where like I met a bunch of NBA dudes and like artists and stuff. I don't know how to explain. Like it felt like I was looking at like LeBron James almost, which is like crazy.
I feel like he could be considered like a celebrity in the tattoo world.
Yeah,
because he's around them
easily.
so much.
Yeah.
It's just like
I'm sure he's rubbing shoulders with them here and there.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he plays basketball with them. He's like living with them, like
Vacationing with them.
Yeah,
which is
he's-
nuts.
Wow.
Nuts. He did a full with DeAndre Jordan. He did DeAndre Jordan's thing on his leg on a private plane, which is nuts. But him, DeAndre, KD, and I think it was PJ Tucker went to I think Bahamas on like a tattoo trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's fucking crazy, bro. like you know
bro,
what I'm
I
saying?
can't.
It's
I
insane.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
Speaking of like celebrities and stuff, who's your like dream collab when it comes to artists?
Artists
Just artists, right?
like
now.
who do I want to get work from, or who do I want to like, film
who do you
with?
want to film with and interview?
Well, yes. I mean, Steve Weib's up there, just because of the clientele he has, the work he does. He's definitely up there. But like I was saying, there's so many artists, and that's why I love that. Like what I love about tattoos too is that it's not limited to like the States.
Mm-hmm.
I love traveling. I've always been into traveling, and like there's so many talented artists outside of the States. And there's guys, you know, I was saying this morning. Shout out, I think how you say it is Lowe's, but LOZ, a dude that does like amazing work. And he's from Korea.
Yeah.
And like the language barrier would be wild, but like just his talent and like obviously the difference in how he was raised looking at art and you know how tattoos are looked at differently in that culture, I think would be so cool to go to like all these different countries and stuff and do like a segment with different artists.
So you're planning on taking your show overseas?
Worldwide, baby, worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be sick.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be sweet, bro.
I feel like that would be amazing, bro. You're just
Yeah. You'd be a pioneer in that too.
expanding you're just expanding your horizons with that now, because it's not just the U.S. but it's literally the whole world.
And I feel like when you look at it that way, because right now, like you really had me just stuck here thinking, like, damn. Whenever I think of tattoos, especially when it comes to like your page, like Inked NBA, I think of United States.
Yeah.
But right now that you said that, I'm like, damn, there's so many other options when you go to different countries.
100%. We
We went to Mexico. We were talking that I went to Mexico last week, and there was Koreans, like people from Tokyo. There was Brazilians, Colombians, all types of artists, bro. And they were just all amazing.
Yeah.
So I was shocked to even see that, because I was like, Mexico's a state where the peso's worth so little. And even then, they were charging like what a Mexican peso is down there, which is like 1/8 of the U.S. price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just shocking to see such great work at such low quality, like not low quality, low prices, because they're from like different countries, and just, you know, the currency exchange is just so different. So like right now that you said that, I'm like, damn, bro, like you could really go anywhere and interview anybody, as long as, you know, you can speak the language.
If we can find, I gotta find someone that's like a polyglot that like speaks every language or whatever.
Or just pull out Google Translate.
And sit there for the whole thing. But it really is, and it's crazy too, because with tattoos too, there's such like a new thing in society and culture in terms of like it being like a norm, versus how it used to be like gang affiliated or cultural significance to every single tattoo. So I feel like a lot of these different countries and stuff, it's like each artist had a different upbringing of how they view tattoos. Where you even see it, like for me, I got a small sample of it when I interviewed Jeremy Sohan. He's from, he's all over the place. He grew up in the UK. He's Polish and something else. He's like just a bunch of different cultures, but grew up in the UK, and like his viewing of tattoos and art was so much more advanced at such a young age rather than in the States, just because of how much more art is like appreciated in Europe and in like the overseas, where I feel like in the States it's a lot less appreciated at like a younger age and like seen at least. Versus when you go overseas, like the graffiti or the art just on the streets and all of that.
Even the buildings, the way that they're made.
Exactly.
Statues,
there's a lot of like
Roman
structures.
sculpture.
Yeah.
I feel like art has a lot of, beginnings in Europe. I feel like here in the States, it's like we have very little original art. A lot of the art that you see now in museums are from European painters, from sculptures that are from Europe.
Yeah.
Asian art too is huge. So I feel like that there's a deeper root outside of the U.S.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is amazing. I feel like Asia has some crazy art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Just from like the China, like the Chinese dynasties.
Japanese.
That's like huge. Japanese. So I just feel like if you take that overseas, you're gonna just open up a whole new book of ideas.
Well, I think there's like you touched on Inked magazine. They're so outdated though when it comes to.
I haven't seen an Inked magazine since I don't know when, bro.
The only time I see it, and like no hate to anyone that gets featured in it, obviously it's sick, but is when an artist gets featured in it, they'll post it on their story. It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, okay, I've seen the magazine. Besides that, bro, no one reads magazines no more. Second,
it's old media.
Yeah. Second, if you go on their media, they have nothing going. No engage. There's like nothing, whatever. The only stuff they have going, like their YouTube shit that they do is dope, where they do like the artist reacts or like artist breakdowns. That stuff's cool. But when it comes to like breaking down, like I feel like artists have so many stories to tell, or just like so much like upbringing and different stuff that like no one's dug like deep into. Where I think there's a huge space in that. Like no one's doing it. No one's going down and talking to artists. Like you were just saying, you go to a tattoo convention in Mexico. This guy's work is on the level of someone that's charging $4,000 a day in the States, and the guy's charging $300 a day.
Exactly.
So, I mean, talking to him and being able to just expose him to be like, yo, like, you can change your entire life if you made the move or like marketed yourself differently is crazy too. So
that's true.
I always find it like when I ever talk to artists, I always think it's sick. Like just like why, like because tattoos, I love tattoos. But I had zero artistic ability ever. Like I was never able to do nothing. My sister's an artist. Like she draws, paints, and like sells her paintings, and that's what she does for a living.
Damn.
Me, fuck no. Like I can't draw anything like at all.
Do you feel like you have a better idea now that you see so many tattoos though?
Yes, but could I ever do it? No. If I could be a tattoo artist, I would drop everything I'm doing right now and do it. Yeah, I think that's like a dream job, but there's like an ability that comes with it. It's not a job that you can just get.
But I feel like all this exposure to the tattoo world has given you a finer taste in art.
Yes.
Because your leg, bro, I feel like not a lot of people do that right away.
Yeah.
And I feel like because you've been around so much like really good artists, you're picking stuff that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that leg, bro, looks really, really good.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, we'll do a close up on the camera later.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah, with my tattoos, I made that like such a focus for me because my first couple pieces, like cool, whatever. Like I didn't go to a garage tat, like I didn't fuck up that bad, but it was like the quality was right. And then when you start to look at stuff, especially with Instagram, and this is what I always say to people too, like Instagram has made it so easy to find a good artist.
Mm-hmm.
So why are people still settling? Even athletes, why are people still settling?
That's very like makes me really mad.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Like, now that you see so many like tattoos on athletes, what do you think when you see like bad work on an athlete?
Bro, it's aggravating because you see it a lot and it's way too much. Like, it's still too much.
Yeah.
Every single one of these guys is on their phone fucking 15 hours a day. right? Like maybe a little less. Let's say 8 hours.
Well, especially off season.
Yeah, 8 to 10 hours a day. Let's say, right?
You got nothing to do.
They follow me, so I see the active thing. I see they're on fucking Instagram. Like when they go out and you get shit work, I don't know if it's a lazy thing, if it's a cheap thing. I'm not gonna give you names, but I've asked people. I always ask people a question about how much have you spent on tattoos. I had a guy once tell me he got a full sleeve in an off season. This guy, right, full fucking sleeve done, $1,000.
Damn.
And I was like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you just not connect the dots?
And how much does he make?
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, that's crazy.
Dude just signed an extension. You know, you're making whatever, $200 million.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And then I've spent more money on my tattoos than you.
Bro, and for that to be on you forever, that's what I don't get. Like, how can you go through, and then especially being an athlete where they're constantly recording you, you're always on camera.
Yeah.
Like, how can you walk around with that and think that it looks nice?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I honestly don't have an answer for you on why or what it is. I wish I did.
I feel like it's just, and I feel like you can be a big catalyst to this.
No.
I feel like educating these athletes is huge.
Absolutely. And I think over the last 3 years, I think, and not to like self pat myself in the back, but the page has strayed so many people away from a certain type of tattooing or a certain like mindset for tattooing, where I've been able to link up, or like people will be like, yo, who's a good tattoo artist here, and I'm able to connect the pieces, which is like good, because then you're not just looking up on your phone or asking your boy that has terrible tattoos. I'm able to like connect the pieces. I'm still brainstorming and working on a way to make that like a global thing where like I've always had the idea of like some sort of concept where you have your location, and then you can find a way through artists and like ideas and things like that. Somehow eventually something's going to come up that is able to do that. But like you were saying, I think people need to be educated on the quality that's out there, and just that it's accessible. Like it's not like impossible to have a nice tattoo. I'm 24 years old. I live with my parents right now still. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
I'm not, yeah, and I'm not making crazy money, and I have quality work on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, I'm not some millionaire that just signed a crazy contract that's doing all this crazy stuff. Like it's very accessible for the regular everyday person to have good quality tattoos on them.
So what would you tell right now to the kids that are about to join the league? So, for example, you're about to get signed in
like
the next
still
season.
In college, maybe.
Yeah, still in college, and they're trying to make their money now, because a lot of college students are actually making money now.
I'd say save your money, bro.
No, but what would you tell? What would you tell if they're like, yo, Matt, like, what's up, and like,
I want to get tatted.
Like, I want to get tatted. What would you tell them?
I'd give them a good artist, and then if they're like, oh, whatever. Like I've had dudes, bro. I sent a dude. I don't even remember who it was. I sent someone like an elite artist, and they were like, damn, nah, bro wants $2,000 a day or something like that. And I was like, bro, like,
that's not bad.
I was like,
that's pretty cheap.
Yo, your contract's, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you're and then they went and got a tattoo, and it was ass. They went to someone else, and I was, what am I gonna say about it? It's not my place to talk about it. But
well, you know what I've also noticed though, bro. I noticed there's a lot of athletes that really don't follow a lot of tattoo artists. They follow pages like yours.
Yeah.
And that's where they get most of their information from. So it's crazy to me to like, I guess because I'm a tattoo artist, I follow a lot of artists.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to me when I talk to like some of the athletes and they're like, I don't follow him. I never heard of this person.
Yeah.
And the only like source that they have to look at tattoos is Pinterest, pages like yours. Yeah. Or like a specific artist that maybe popped up on the Explore page.
Yeah. Or those random, I see a lot of players follow like those random like Cool Ink or like talking about those random bullshit Instagram pages that post like the most cliche tattoos.
I feel like what would be a cool like concept, you're like the bridge to connecting the NBA world, the athletic world to like these tattoo artists. I feel like if you can put out content out there saying, what to look for in your tattoo artist,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
or like how to find a
tattoo artist. I feel like that would be huge.
Yeah.
Because
definitely that's good content.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? How would you recommend finding a good tattoo artist?
Bro, like tattoos, it's not something you could hide. It's not like a restaurant where like you have to eat the food to know it's good. Like you can see photos, you can see work. Like, and even with social, like, don't trust everything you see online because a lot of people use a lot of filters, whatever, you can edit shit. But, like, if you go in for a consultation or if you see a guy's work and, like, you're interested and you go in, you can see work. You can see tattoos. You could talk to people that have gotten tattooed by this person.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, it's not like a restaurant or like a drink. Oh, my friend likes it, my other friend didn't. Your product is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? It's either you like the work or you don't like the work, and it's either it's quality work or it's not quality work. You can have a shit idea of a tattoo and it could still be done well because the artist is good. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of my point too. Is like sometimes these guys, like, the ideas aren't great, but the quality is still shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like that's when I think it's okay. That's when I think it's okay for me to give some sort of like backlash or like just kind of talk shit about it. Is when it's a shit quality tattoo. Like, the concepts sometimes are so stupid. Like, guys will still go and get just the prayer hands basketball cross. Yeah. And it's like, bro, it's so fucking overplayed at this point.
Yeah, no, it's true.
If we had $1.
That's what I'm saying. But it's so overplayed. And you see guys in the league that have, like, there's, 10 guys with the same tattoo. It's like, how the fuck do you want to walk around with the same tattoo as somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah. People aren't creative enough. And I feel like a lot of them are also very impatient.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to wait the 2-3 months that it takes to book with a good artist.
I was just going to say, I think partially the answer to our question before is that guys want coverage more than they want quality. Mm-hmm. Like, right now for me, it would be sick for my leg to be fully blasted. I look in the mirror, my leg looks fully blasted, I'd be so happy. But at the same time, when you go and take a photo up close, or when you look at it up close, if I just went crazy in one session and finished the leg,
the quality would be
ass.
There you go.
Would be ass. When this is fully done, you could sit there with a microscope and be like, wow,
yes,
fucking crazy.
Yes.
A lot of guys, you take a picture from far away, or you whatever, you look in the mirror, you can't really tell if you have 90% clouds or not until you're really looking close. And a lot of these guys
clouds,
do, though. A lot of these guys do,
spitting
bro.
bars right now, bro.
It's true. I mean, and I feel like this ties back to the creativity. I feel like a lot of artists, they just want that quick turnaround. Yeah. They just want that quick money. So they'll put whatever shit you want in your bag, and they'll make it big, or they won't even deliver a nice tattoo, just to get you in and out and get that picture.
It's literally like, I don't know if you guys ever played 2K, but in 2K you used to be able to buy an A letter tattoo, like just the letter A, and you could play with the aspects of it. Mm-hmm. So you used to be able to buy the A letter, stretch it out, and you could have a full leg sleeve for like 200 VC, so like $200. But that's literally like real life. What people are doing is you go and you get one piece. I'm gonna name drop Jalen Green. Jalen Green has fucking 90% clouds on his body, 90%, and the dude is elite young player. Why are you going and getting, neck down clouds with an occasional dove and a logo somewhere?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you could have so much quality work on that space. I just don't understand.
I think also, like, a lot of like I said earlier, a lot of the athletes don't know what they want, so they'll probably go to the artist and they're like, I don't know, put clouds on me, some shit like that. Yeah. And then the artist, if it's not a good artist, they're gonna agree and just give you what you asked for. But if you go to like a good artist, for example, I'm sure if you told him I want clouds, he's gonna be like, I'm not giving you that.
He's gonna be like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. I feel like it comes down to the artist to be able to put respect on their name and be like, no, listen, I'm gonna give you some good work. Let me be creative. Let me take your ideas and create something unique, so that when you walk out of here, no one's gonna be like, I've seen that before.
Yeah. Or like the artist also is gonna be like proud to say he did it. You know.
Well, and the NBA is such a small court. Such HD cameras on you nonstop.
Yes. A lot of close-ups.
Bro, it should be like, I want this to be the best tattoo ever done in my fucking life. Mm-hmm. Because every single person that watches the NBA is going to see it. So millions of people are going to see that tattoo. There's millions of times where your tattoo could go viral, or anything where like your exposure would go crazy. And it's just like, you're seeing it nonstop on a court. Like, you'd be looking at something you're unhappy with and be like, damn, like, yeah, I got to tattoo him, but what the fuck did you put on him?
Yeah.
Like, you're not happy about that.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing to like really stand behind, Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's just there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah, I tattooed him. And then it's like, oh, what'd you do though? Oh, like, don't worry about it. I tattooed him. But it's like, that's not how it should be.
Have you seen anything out there that concerns you?
In terms of like bad tattoos?
Bad tattoos and bad trends.
I'm sure you've seen plenty, bro.
Yeah. The NBA, there's been a lot of guys that you send in a photo and I'm not posting it because it's that bad.
Yeah. But not from like the player perspective, like from like you seeing artists.
Artists? Yeah, for sure, man. I'm not like the collaborate. We kind of poked on this all day, but the collaboration stuff. I think you got to make sure that you have a team that's cohesive and a team that's worked together before if you're going to go for that kind of work. I think having and the only name I'll drop is Ganga because he's perfected it.
He's the standard, I think so, in my opinion. Yeah.
But you got to have guys that are going to know how to work with each other, one, and that know how to bring the piece as one. Because if you are going for that you want a full leg sleeve, you're getting a leg sleeve, which means it should flow. It should be one piece.
Yeah, it should look like, one artist did it, or at least, like you said, flow.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be, Johnny did this, Paul did this, and Kira did this. You shouldn't know that. It should be like, Ganga, blah, 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 did this. This shop did this. And it's like, wow, that shit looks fire.
Right.
That works with the anatomy of the body. Yeah. I feel like you can tell when it's just placed on there.
Yeah.
And then when it's also designed with the body in mind. Because I feel like that helps a lot.
Yeah, but that's that trend. And then just in the NBA, guys are so quick to, the second they touch money, get tatted, like I said, for coverage. And you see it a lot with younger, like guys coming into the first year, whatever, is that they'll go and it's like in 2 weeks they have a full sleeve or a full leg.
What do you think that's a trend?
Coverage. I think people want, like I said, it's cool to have tattoos. It looks good in an NBA jersey to have a sleeve.
Yep. And
like I said, when you take a picture or you're working out or you're talking to a girl, it's like, oh, he's tatted, he looks good.
Yeah.
Nobody's no girl's looking that deep, and I'm like telling you, like, people are thinking like this too.
Nobody is looking, bro. Like, all right, example, Sadiq, right? We were showing him work that, like, I guess earlier when we were talking, right? We were showing him work that we thought wasn't that good. And he was like, it's crazy you said that because I think it looks great. And he's like, most athletes don't look at the quality of the work. We're just looking at, damn, he got the full back.
Exactly. You're looking at damn, like, you're super tatted. And that's like a thing, bro, with like some of my boys too are like, like, because I do the tattoo shit now, everyone's like, yeah, like, look at this new tattoo I got, or I'm mad tatted, blah, blah. And I'm like, how do I tell this dude that that's fucking ass? Like,
well, if it's your boy, bro, I would be straight up with
like,
yeah, but my boy versus like my boy that's coming up to me in the gym saying like, yo, check out this new piece I got. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing?
But you were like, it looks
yeah,
cool,
I'm like,
bro.
that shit is fire.
You're like, good shit, bro.
Yeah.
He's probably like, yo, bro, take a picture, put it on Ink Central. I'll be like,
Nah,
my phone is dead.
All the time. It's like, yo, post me, I'm gonna put it in. I'm like, okay, I got you, bro.
Tag me, I got you, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Matt, who will be your dream collab right now if you had a chance to pick from? You said how many players was it? 455 in the league.
Yeah, it's like 4 to 500. Yeah.
All right, if you had to pick your top 5 NBA players to work with, who would they be?
No, Jordan Clarkson for sure, number one.
What did you play?
Where does he play?
Yeah,
Utah.
Utah.
Jordan Clarkson. He follows. We collabed on a T-shirt, so I've done work with him. But to pick his brain on like the art and stuff, number one. John Wall for sure, just because of the coverage on that guy is insane.
Yeah. Didn't he get his armpit tattooed?
Both armpits. Yeah. Both.
That man went out and like when he came back, bro, he was like fully blasted.
Yeah. Literally though, he was one of those. He was out like 2 years, no tats, came back, neck, armpits, fucking torso, back, everything.
And I like it because it's all quality, bro.
Yeah.
Like his shit looks great.
But let's say Clarkson, John Wall, D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is my favorite player ever, and like is the reason why like Inked NBA is not a thing without D'Angelo Russell.
Really?
Yeah, 100% not a thing. So those three, top 3, and then damn, who's the guy I really want? Jason Tatum would be nuts. I'd say those 3 though: D'Lo, Jordan Clarkson, John Wall are like dreams, and then everyone else is like Jason Tatum, good like sick tattoos and like a huge name. But like I'm dreaming of working with him because he's a huge name and has good tattoos. Those 3 guys though, I'm like interested in picking their brain about like the work they have and just their overall like journey and shit like that. Like those are 3 guys that I'm like really locked into.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, bro,
wait, but you didn't tell us your top one. Like it could be like literally anyone, even outside the NBA.
You're saying without anybody that's not in the NBA.
Probably Odell. Odell Beckham.
Okay, that's what I was gonna touch right now. Like
probably Odell.
So I know earlier we were talking about like just different pages because you have Inked NBA, you have Inked Central, right?
Yeah.
I know on Inked Central you post different athletes that aren't in the NBA, but like how do you plan on going as far as that? Do you plan on making a page strictly for the NFL, maybe one for soccer, like you were saying?
Yeah.
What's the plan on that?
Yeah, I mean it's if I could wake up tomorrow and have inked NFL, inked MLB, inked MMA, inked football, I would do it in 2 seconds. But I'm a one-man show right now, and like in terms of managing it myself, and even if I did have a person for each page, managing that the quality stays at where it's at for each one of those pages is insanely hard. Because as easy as it looks from the outside of what I do, like it's easy to look at the page and be like, oh, I just post pictures of NBA players. I am on my phone all fucking day, every day, always getting content, always talking to players, always figuring out what shit means, making sure I'm breaking news and whatnot, and making sure that the standard is always there. Like making sure I'm answering DMs, I'm talking to people, I'm getting out good quality content. Versus once you start branching off to other people, especially if you expand that quickly, the quality is gonna drop.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
It's 100% gonna drop.
That's quality control is the hardest.
So goal is like eventually once Inked NBA becomes full time for me and it becomes something that I can spend day in day out every day on, start building that team where you have guys that you trust and like your right hand guy, your left hand guy that you trust to run these other accounts, and then you're able to work on them. But I believe there's absolutely a space for all of that. Mm-hmm. Central is kind of like my way of doing it while not doing it. If that makes any sense, but just like kind of having the space and having people know like I do other athletes.
You still have your foot in each kind of sport,
but not fully diving. But like I said, I think the NBA might be one of the smallest opportunities. Mm-hmm. But I think just for me, that's where my heart is and that's where my knowledge is. So when I come in and do an interview like today, the research I have to do is minimum, and the like excitement for it and like just the overall flow for me is so much easier rather than if I went and interviewed an MLB guy. Mm-hmm. I'd have to do so much research on everything.
It's outside your knowledge.
Exactly, because it's not something that I grew up watching. It's not something like I can't relate to the guy loving Kobe or loving Ken Griffey Jr. because I don't give a fuck about baseball. Mm-hmm. But there's stories in every sport, and luckily for the NBA, I think it's the most marketable league in the United States outside of the court. I think the NBA players are the most marketable players outside of like what they actually do.
Why do you say that? What's behind that? I
think the NBA's following is so in tune with what they do off the court just because of how much people advertise and how much personality is in the NBA. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know if I can name you 20 MLB players right now. Mm-hmm. I can't name you 5 hockey players. I know that. Can't name you 20 MLB players. Football, yes and no, but that's just because I kind of watch it. Mm-hmm. But the personalities in the NBA, everyone knows.
I feel sometimes they're even bigger than the teams.
Absolutely. Yeah. But people, like old timers, complain, oh, it's bad for the sport. They control the game, blah, blah, blah. I think, like, shut up. I think it's great. Yeah. I think every offseason that there's always drama going on. It's like a reality TV show, but I think it's fucking fantastic because when it's offseason in the MLB, it's a snooze fest with the fucking, you're not watching anything, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
NBA offseason, I'm getting alerts on my phone all day that someone just got traded or someone wants out. Someone
was at the strip club.
Exactly. Yeah, but for real though. But why do we care? I'm sure MLB players are at the strip club every other day.
100%.
Sure. We don't give a fuck. I don't get a Woj alert on my phone for that. for James Harden goes to the strip club, bing, 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 ESPN, this, because we care about what these guys are doing off the court.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm able to capitalize on it with the tattoos is because people care what they're doing.
And that's when, NBA players are usually getting tattooed anyway.
Yeah. People care what they're wearing. People care what they're getting tattooed. People care what they're doing in the off season.
That's very true, bro.
So they're super invested into the players' lives outside of the court. Quick example I always give when I talk about that is LiAngelo Ball is the middle Ball brother. I don't know if you guys know him, but
where's he playing now? He's
nowhere. Has not played one NBA minute.
He was across seas though playing, right?
Yeah, he was in Lithuania.
Yeah.
Hasn't played one NBA minute. Mm-hmm. Right? Not one NBA minute. The guy has 3 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Right? So it's the same thing. Like Kyle Kuzma is a good player. Not a great player. Good player. Has 2 million on Instagram. So for, you go down the MLB, and I remember I was arguing with a friend of mine that was a big hockey fan. hockey draft #1 pick a few years ago. This was when Zion went first. Zion had, I believe, 1 million followers. #1 pick in the NBA. #1 pick in the NHL draft. Kid had like 50K. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a whole different market.
The marketability
that's crazy.
is huge in the NBA. The only sport that I think compares to it, and I think it blows it out of the water, and it's obviously when you go overseas, is soccer.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about soccer? Yeah. What do you think about soccer? What do you think about the MLS? And what do you think about the whole Messi effect too right now?
I love soccer. I grew up playing soccer. That was my first sport. Played it my whole life through high school. Still play it for fun now. I follow it. The overseas one, I think that's an opportunity that I'm missing heavily on, is not having an inked football page.
I feel like soccer is one of the most, if not the most, tattooed sport out there.
Yeah. And there's endless. There's a league in every single country,
and they're huge,
and
bro.
There's 5 divisions to every league in every single country. So there's thousands and thousands of professional athletes in soccer, and the following for each one is massive.
Yeah.
So if there ever were to be the first expansion that would happen would be that. So if you ever do see the expansion coming, that would be the first one that comes for sure. And then with the Messi move to the MLS, I was an NYCFC fan, like big fan for a while. Me and my friends used to go to games all the time. So I've been locked into the MLS for a decent amount of time. Kind of fell off the last 2-ish years, but the move has been nuts. It locked me right back in.
Me too. Yeah, I was impressed. Right back in. I was very impressed. Yeah. My dad was like, "Yo, you watching the game?"
Yeah, that's how my dad was.
And I was like, "What game?" And it was the third game that Messi was playing. Yeah. And the next thing you notice, I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm watching all the games now." I'm watching,
exactly. Yeah. But it locked me in. I think it's great for U.S. soccer.
It needs it.
I think it's for the growth of the game in the States. And I've always said for the longest time, I think it's ridiculous how we don't appreciate soccer here. I don't know how people can go and watch a baseball game and say that that's better than soccer.
Bro, he's throwing rocks at you every time he says baseball.
I love baseball. It's a whole different sport.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't compare it to soccer, just how you wouldn't compare the NBA to hockey or to football. It's different taste. I've never liked baseball until 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
I appreciate the game of it, because it's a very fast-paced game and short. Compared to soccer, where it's a long game.
Baseball is fast paced.
When the ball's in play, you better be playing that ball quick.
Yeah, but bro, you gotta sit there. I don't know.
It's different. I feel like now with the whole pitch clock situation where they're timing the pitchers and the batters, the game moves a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Which helps the game, and it's definitely helped the viewership.
I think my biggest thing with baseball is I just think there's too many games.
Of course, it's like they're playing 6 games in a week.
Yeah, you play every single day.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
So how the fuck, if you have a job, if you want going out on the weekends, anything, how the fuck are you watching the games?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, basketball, I'm a diehard Nets fan. I've been since Jersey, since I was born. Mm-hmm. I'm watching every single game.
Yeah.
Even if I'm out on a Friday night, I'm watching the game. It's on my phone or it's on the TV somewhere, I'm watching the game. I'm able to do that because they play once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So I can, lock in, and it makes me appreciate it that much more. Mm-hmm. Baseball, every single time, my dad's a big baseball fan. Every single time I walk in the house, the Yankees are on. Mm-hmm. The fuck do I care though?
Yeah.
I've seen this movie 100 times this year.
Yeah. When
it comes to basketball, it's okay, the Nets haven't played since Monday. It's a Friday. Mm-hmm. I'm itching to see them play again.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So I think the biggest thing with baseball is that it's oversaturated in terms of the serotonin level, the happiness you get from watching. It's happening
so much that it just kind of falls in the background. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that, but I feel like it also comparing the sports is they're both different things.
Yeah.
Because baseball, you're not running 10 miles in a game like soccer.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they run in baseball, but that's not the same thing compared to the NFL.
No.
NFL, you're playing for 5, 6, 10 seconds. That's it. You're doing another play. So it's a whole different game.
I also have a vendetta against the NFL. I think I hate on every sports league outside of the NBA. I think the NBA.
That's what it sounds like. I'm listening.
No, for real though. I think the NBA is the best run sports league in the United States by far. Miles ahead of everything else.
Yeah, I feel like they do a good job.
Miles ahead of everything else. I think they're number one in player protection and player focus league. Mm-hmm. That they play into the media and trends way more than every other league as well. Mm-hmm. And they know how to keep you engaged in the association. The NFL, my issue with it is the absolute opposite of baseball, is There's not enough games. Yes, I understand the logistics behind why you can't do it. It's a physical sport, whatever. But if my team goes 0-4, there's no need for me to watch another game. Mm-hmm. You're done. You're not making plays.
For the NFL, yeah.
You go 0-4, you're not making a play. So where's the excitement in that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that is such a quick, like you could go 0-4 and then it's like, all right, I'm not tuning in to the Giants no more. The Giants are 0-4. We're not making the playoffs. Nobody cares. The NBA, you can go 0-20 and then still win 60 games in a year.
Yeah, and still make it a playoffs.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like the absolute opposite with baseball. Baseball's too much. The NFL, once a week, like sure, it's exciting. But then it's like if your team's 0-4, what are you looking forward to the other however many games?
It's a short season, in my opinion. Yeah, that's one thing too that I've thought about when it comes to sports. Yeah. I feel like the NBA has kind of like the middle ground of that. Yeah. You know.
And I think soccer. I think the MLS. Once the MLS and American soccer picks up like relegation and like leagues, like we have more than one league, which we do. We have like I think it's like the ESL or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna start to advance. Right now, without having relegation, there's like no like playoffs and having teams like if you're the worst team in the league, there's no punishment. It's just you don't make the playoffs. That's very stupid because soccer is a sport that's always been, you have to stay at a certain level. Like it's like
it's just like the EPL. The EPL, you're the worst team in the EPL, you get relegated.
Yeah. And ownership loses a lot of money. Then fans are super angry. Payroll gets cut on everything, so it's very impactful to be winning.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, right now I think the MLS is stuck in like a common ground of like bringing players in to try and populate the sport, but they need to like work on the actual league itself. But I think the Messi movement here is insane. Just walking in Brooklyn, like in the last 2 weeks, you see there's a Messi jersey on like every other block.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's the best thing that could have happened to the MLS.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
To the U.S. honestly.
Tattoo advice too, like you were saying that if you clip that would be good because people will.
People want to listen to what you gotta say of that.
Yeah. That always amazes me too. Is when people like hit me up and they're like, "Yo, what do you think about this? I know you're like a tattoo expert." I'm like, bro, I'm just like you, but I like actually pay attention to shit. I was like, I have the same like resources as you, but I'm paying attention. And he's like they sent me, bro, some of the wildest fucking shit is sent to that page, man.
Like what?
Yeah, like what?
When I do Follower Fridays, you got to see some of the work that gets sent in, though. It is like, I don't even know, like terrible.
So
tattoos.
for Follower Fridays, is that other tattoo artists hitting you up?
No, well, it's now I've made it like known to artists, like if you want your shit shown, because a lot of people are always like, hey, can you repost this? I'm like, yo, submit it here, so that it, like it's in, because people hit me up every day, like a million people. So like if you send me something and I even say like, all right, I got you, like half the time I forget. So if you send it in our Discord that we have, everything's in one place. I'm able to keep track of it, and then once a week there's like a border between weeks. I go through that week stuff and we pick some posts.
So this is stuff that people send in.
Yeah, just like tattoos people have. A lot of it's if you look at the pages, the last few that were posted, the last 3 weeks we've had some sick fucking tattoos, and that's why I love it too. Is because and the people start to realize in the comments. A lot of people comment, they're like, "Yo, we have better tattoos than the players." Yeah, and it's like for real. Like some of these guys really have like quality work.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your legs are prime sample. You're not in the league, but your work is good. Yeah. So I feel like whenever artists see you, whenever NBA players probably see you in person, they're like, oh shit. Yeah. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, that's true.
It's walking there. You heard that OC in the free session.
Yeah, bro. Give my boy a free day.
Yeah, give my man a full free day, man.
Walking advertisement right here, bro.
That's it, billboard.
The ROI on that leg will be big. Trust me. You'll get your investment back.
Is your Discord on your Instagram also, like on your Linktree?
No, it's like just DM me for it. I like keeping it like not public.
Not to like everybody.
Yeah,
but
I mean anyone that DMs me could get it.
Okay, so
whenever you make something seem exclusive, whenever you make something seem exclusive though, more people want it.
I feel that.
So if you make it a swipe up for the link,
you're
gonna get 300 people swipe up and join.
Yeah, that's
if you
true.
put it in the story, you get 5 people to join.
That's right.
So
if you guys want it, slide in the DMs and you'll get it.
Yeah, that's free game, no, for real. Anytime, like any sort of link, like YouTube video or something, like if you want to tease something, bro, I do that so much. We're like swipe up for it. Because then the swipe up draws engagement too, and then it pushes more with Instagram.
Yeah,
I know back in the day when the swipe up became a thing, it was for like people that had more than 10,000 followers.
No, but I'm not talking about the swipe up link. Like, not like swiping up and getting the link. I'm talking like swipe up, hey, give me the link, and then you DM them the link. It's a pain in the ass. You got to DM a lot of people. But I'm telling you, when I dropped that Discord and did that, I sent out maybe 300 invites. Next week, I posted it where I just put the link to make it easy. I think 10 people joined.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because when people swipe up on Instagram, it pushes the story as well. So it's another engagement. It's another, like, someone responding to your story technically. Yeah. So then it pushes the story and more people are able to see it too.
So you just put like DM for link.
Like usually
it's a mind game.
Not, for real though.
It's a mind game.
I'll be like, follower Fridays, last chance to submit. If you're not in the Discord yet, shoot me a DM for the link. And then I'll put like arrow, like some sort of emoji just so people like visuals.
Yeah. Damn, that's smart, bro.
No.
We'll start doing that for the YouTube links.
Literally, yeah. I was going to ask you, what tips do you have for people that want to help their following grow?
Yeah, you learn as you go. I went to school for business management, like concentration entrepreneurship. So my stuff has always been like I want to have my own kind of hustle, my own shit going. But the media stuff is all just learned by myself over 3 years of just trial and error. And I'm still nowhere close to like knowing everything. Like you're seeing, you were helping me take pictures of a tattoo. I should know how to take pictures of a fucking tattoo at this point. But it's like as you keep going, you learn new shit.
Yeah.
I would say like play around with different things. You see what works for you and what doesn't, and you can't get mad at that. Don't get too high at your highs, don't get too low at your lows. Because I've had months where I get 10K followers a month and I'm like, wow, like that's crazy growth. 10,000 fucking people is a lot of people. I've had months where 20 people because of like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, like what you gain and what you lose.
So there's days literally where it'll be like 700 followers, the next day I'll lose like 200. Just because of like gain loss every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's and there's no reason for it. Right now, I think the page has 5 million impressions, 1.5 million accounts reached. Like it's doing really well right now. Next month, that could drop to 400,000 and 1 million impressions. And I have no answer for you on why. I posted the same amount of like good content, the same pumping out, getting the same engagement, same likes and stuff. But there's just less people clicking a certain post or whatever.
Yeah.
And Instagram is the hardest. My advice to anyone that wants to do social media is don't do Instagram.
Yeah.
Do everything else.
TikTok is.
And then you can have Instagram as your like hub. But do your content everywhere else. TikTok push heavy because TikTok is the best place to reach a new audience without having to like pay for promotions or any of that. Because it just goes, it's the best natural reach app out there. And then Twitter as well, but Twitter I haven't mastered. Twitter's fucking hard. But Twitter has...
I feel like Twitter's like a Wild Wild West.
Twitter has
X?
retweets. X. Yeah. Anything that has reshares, that's why it's such a big thing.
Yeah, that's true. The resharing
because
is huge.
Instagram, what do? You put it on your story. That's not the same effect as a retweet. Because when you put it on your story, you have to click the story to see it.
Yeah.
Twitter, you retweet, it's on your feed. Eventually, I think Instagram will add like where I can.
Well, have you messed with that new Instagram thing?
Threads. Yeah.
I have. Threads brought over. I have like 20K on Threads because it brought over like your followers that went there. But Threads is like dead. Threads is like
still not there.
No,
it's far from what Twitter is.
I know that one lets you repost. It's almost like Twitter.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do with it. But I feel like Twitter already has the following, all the software that you need to make sure that it works perfectly.
No.
I feel like Thread's still missing a lot of that, and just Twitter is Twitter.
Well, I was gonna say people are so uniform with Twitter now too.
That's
like
true.
I don't. If I ever need to find something that I know is like I'm not gonna be able to find on Google, like a fight or like some gory shit, or like
you go to Twitter.
I go on Twitter, and I know what's on Twitter.
I think Instagram's more of like a portfolio.
I agree.
And then
I agree.
Twitter's if you want to interact, and TikTok's more for like short attention span videos where you're just you want to see something quick, waste some time.
And it's more fun. I think you can show a lot more personality.
Yeah, definitely.
TikTok.
That's true. Yeah.
A lot more personality. I think Instagram, like you're saying, it's a portfolio of like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Not so much me, but this is, what the product is, what the brand is, whatever. TikTok, you could show a lot of personality. You could show fun stuff. And then like you were saying, Twitter, and that's why I use Discord too, is like where you can interact a lot more with people. True. If you don't have a game to all artists, and I had a long conversation with Ocean about this too, the discovery channels that they added to Instagram. Not all pages have it yet, but you should check if you have it. You go in the top, like you're sending a DM, click like you're about to write a DM, and then it would say create, I believe it's discussion board they're called. Mm-hmm. And it's a way for you create a board, people can join this board, and then it's a way for you to send out messages to everyone in that board. So for you, any sort of YouTube video that drops, any sort of openings you have, like you're opening your bookings, anything. You put a post out, you send it in that chat, everyone sees it.
So people can kind of like double follow you in there.
Yes, and they get like a DM essentially. So instead of like your post getting lost in a feed or YouTube video, oh, I didn't see the story.
All right, so you're saying
you would click on the top right. Click
free game right here.
Literally though. No, see, you don't have it yet either. See, same shit from. I'm gonna show you. This is what it looks like though.
Discover. I feel like I've seen it somewhere.
So I don't have it on Inked, which makes zero fucking sense. But on my personal, if you click this, create broadcast channel. That's what it's called. So I don't have it on Inked. See, it doesn't come up. It's the same shit like you. But I do have it on Inked Central, so the other account. But essentially, right, you make the chat, and you could just. It's only you that's able to type in it.
You can schedule content now. I just saw this.
Yeah.
So that's like sorry, I was gonna say that's like a Discord almost, where you can put people in it or something.
But but they can't type back, which is
a one way.
A bit of a flaw, but at the same time, I get what they're doing with this, and it does work. There's artists that have channels on here that, hey, my bookings just opened, or hey, just posted a new YouTube video. And it goes out to so many people.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, if people want to really keep up with you and they are like fans of your content, that could be like a discussion board where you're letting people know what's your next step.
And you should look into it and see. Sometimes it's just that your profile is not on the right setting or whatever. Yeah. I've been trying to get it on Inked NBA for the longest time because
that's crazy though, because you have a lot of followers on.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but that's Instagram.
That's a huge tool.
Instagram being.
They're very I feel like Instagram is just very complicated for no reason.
Bro, you know, back in the day we got banned on Instagram, and I don't even know why it happened, but it was banned on our account for like we couldn't go live.
It was 6 months.
Yeah, it was a good like half a year. We just couldn't go live. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I think it was? I was doing a lot of Pablo Escobar tattoos and like drug related shit.
Yeah.
And for some reason they just weren't liking it. They were deleting the posts, they were like banning them.
Yeah, shadow banning, you know what that is, right?
Yeah. That's fucking. I got to start playing with lives too. I haven't done lives in a long time. But lives are a good way to like get stuff. I used to do the Follower Friday stuff on live, where I would have people just join the live with me. But that was a little.
You could be the little Boosie of the tattoo world.
Yeah, but that's literally what people would come on and be like. It was when I was in college with my boys, so they'd be pre-gaming in the other room. I would just have a red cup. These are still saved on there. I'd show you after. It's funny. I'd just be chilling with a red cup, go on live for an hour, let people jump in. People would jump in, take shots with me. Like, it was
I used
dope.
to do that.
Yeah, it was dope. But at the same time, people would come on and have terrible tattoos, and then I would just have to sit there and be like, all right, nice.
Next.
All right, who's next? Yeah. And then it got like to the point where I was just like, all right, like, this is getting like awkward and like repetitive, where I was like, let's move it to something else. But I got banned for posting. An overseas player got his ass tatted, and I posted it, but I blurred the fucking the ass cheek. Yeah, I put the line down, but I got the most toxic fan base in the fucking world, and everybody was commenting like slurs and like crazy shit, and they got it taken down. And then I was banned. It was like account striked, whatever. So like you said, I got like the shadow ban shit for like 2 weeks. Where it was like your content was like not being shared.
Yeah.
Which was like big. That's like a big deal. 2 weeks is a long fucking time.
Yeah. I feel like his account got a little stunt on that. I feel like he should have broken 30,000.
Yeah. I feel like after that happened, my account just stopped growing. Like my likes went crazy down, bro. Yeah. Like I don't get nearly as many likes as I used to. And I just feel like the interactions, my stories, they went really low. So I don't know what happened, but after that, like, it just slowed down.
You got to play with stories. Is such a interactive thing. Like you should start doing polls on your stories of like different.
I don't do enough of those.
Do polls. Start with polls and make sure your stories reset before you post a new story. Because that's a big thing too. Don't post a story when you have a story up.
What do you mean?
If you have a story up for 18 hours, and you want to start a new thing, you got to either delete the old one or wait, because it just doesn't push. Because if the other person hasn't seen the other one, they're not going to see this one.
That's right.
But if you post a whole new one, then it's a whole new story popping up on their thing.
So what you're saying is, if we post like 10 pictures of today, let those pictures die off 24
fully
hours.
Die out. You have no story.
And then boom, reset again.
Because think about it. If you're looking at your phone and you see Inked NBA posted a story today, you don't click that story, right? Or let's say you don't even see the alert that they posted a story today.
Yeah.
If I go and post another one, that first alert is still hiding this back one. Once that first alert goes back, then this front alert is now that new alert, and it pushes it now to the front again.
So what I've heard is that if you what was I gonna say? Oh, if you like constantly post, it'll always bring your like page back to the front.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that is true.
That's if you constantly post in a sense of like story every day, not like constantly post like 1,000 stories. That's like if you have stories constantly, your stuff will be towards the front. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also depending on if the people engage with you or not. So the more you engage with a page, like the more you like their photos, whatever, their stories get prioritized.
Yeah. You become kind of their favorite person. You know?
Yeah. I know that just because when me and my ex broke up, I was checking in.
Man.
And that
So you're single, bro.
That shit was always, hit me up. That shit was always going to the front, bro. So I knew it. And I was like, all right, I got to stop checking in because her shit can't be the first one I'm seeing.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, I got to relax.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Damn,
Wait, speaking of
tonight.
speaking of like your demographic in a way, who you follow.
I get
what's your
NBA gets me no bitches.
Well, I was gonna ask you, what's your demographic like? Is it? I'm guessing it's a bunch of dudes,
Zero
right?
Bitches.
Straight guys.
Nah, literally though, like 98, I think 98.
All guys.
Guys, yeah.
What's the age range?
18 to 34.
18 to 34.
Crazy ass story. Actually, I never told this. This is like 3 years ago. I'm on Tinder. I get a DM, Inked NBA with a question mark on Tinder.
What?
I have the screenshot, bro. I swear to God. And I said, huh? Because 3 years ago, I wasn't posting myself.
Yeah.
This was like the start and shit. So I was like, what the fuck? So I DM back. I was like, huh? I was like, no fucking way. And she was like, haha, yeah, you posted your tattoos in your story once with your personal, and I followed you. But I was just like, yo, I was like, that's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, no, but I loved it. I loved it. I was like, all right, fire. I was like, I like you.
Like,
bring him out. Yeah. Bring him out.
I was like, all right, dope. But that's the only time. I mean, no. Besides that, it's all dudes.
Yeah,
all dudes.
I mean, shit. It's kind of like for athletes. Most athletes that are in the NBA. Well, NBA is all men, so.
No, it's all dudes. I mean, there's a few very loyal female followers that are like commenting under every post to make it kind of seem like it's a little more broken up. But the demographic is like 98 to 2%, I think.
Would you expand to Ink WNBA?
Well, I do. I post WNBA as much as I can. But again, like I said, it's not I don't personally follow the WNBA like that closely. So like for me, a big thing with the NBA tattoos and how I'm able to like spot shit out, I'll be watching the games. I watch every fucking game. Like I watch the games all the time. And I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, oh shit, that wasn't on his shoulder yesterday.
Last season, yeah.
And I'm able to then go and do my research, figure out who his artist is or hit him up, and then I get that. So during the season, I'm able to do that a lot more, and I'm able to just keep up with it. Versus the WNBA, like I have a few players that like I always post, like Gabby Williams' arm sleeve is awesome. Ty Young's leg sleeve is sick. Mercedes Russell, I believe her last name is. Apologize if I said it wrong, but she's got some dope tattoos. Like there's certain players that I know have good tattoos, but I'm not like knowledge wise. I need and 100% need to expand and better myself on the knowledge of that because there's definitely a lot of girls that are interested in tattoos and interested in basketball as well.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the WNBA is definitely seeing more viewership now.
Yeah. No, and a lot of them have quality tattoos too. Yeah, like a lot of the league has a lot of the girls are tatted. And like, why not? It's more content.
Of course,
it's more content.
Yeah, so, good for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. All right, man. I feel like we're getting to the end of this this episode. Is there anything you want to ask us, or is there anything, Luke, that we forgot to say to Matt right here?
I think we got everything out of you, bro. I think we had a good conversation before the podcast. I mean, you were here most of the day.
No.
And then we shot a few videos, so I think we got a lot of.
It's been fire though. All seriousness, I've been to a lot of shops, met a lot of guys. You guys are very like locked in, like professional, and like got your shit down. Where like you guys are gonna be like one of the top shops
Thank
and
you, bro.
artist combo,
Appreciate
for
it,
real,
man.
because you're locked in on your media shit and it's great, for real. The fact that you got this whole setup, all the shit that you were working on outside, just knowing, you know what I mean, knowing what works, what doesn't, knowing media is that important is, you're 10 steps ahead of a lot of people, because a lot of shops are yeah, we have great artists here. You're not marketing it at all though, so you're never gonna reach anybody.
That's true.
Very true.
Ever. And then you just being able to, one, that you brought us down, and so easy to have a conversation with. You're a normal dude, you're
Thank
a cool
you,
dude. I would hang out with you guys outside of anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's the combo of one, having the shop look cool as hell, having the feel in here, feeling it's I'm just hanging out with my boys in here, was dope. And I think you guys are going to be very, very successful. So,
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, same to you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I feel when we first saw your page, I was fucking kind of not nervous, but I was just anxious, excited, a little bit of everything. I was damn, we got Inked NBA coming.
Yeah.
I wasn't even calling you by your name, bro. I was just
regular dude.
Literally, up until today, I didn't know what your name was.
Yeah.
And then he was
Inked
Matt's
NBA's
coming in.
coming
And I was who the fuck's Matt? And he's oh, Inked NBA. And I was oh, shit, Inked NBA.
Yeah, that's how the combo went. Yeah, but I mean, vice versa, bro. I feel you're cool as shit. I feel you would expect you to be this, I don't know, maybe cocky guy, since you're
bro.
posting image, and I'm sure you're around a lot of athletes too. So I feel you'd expect that, not knowing you, looking at it from the outside in. But you're cool as shit too, bro.
Hell yeah, appreciate
Happy
that.
you
Congrats,
came down.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel you're for your. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
For your
go
young age, you're light years for where we were.
doing
when we
it,
were
bro.
24.
Appreciate it.
For sure,
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
very much.
and you have the right mentality, and you have the right team. And I feel your potential is huge, bro. I want to see you take over, you know,
bro.
the MLS, the NFL. And
Nah, I'm sure you will, bro. You're doing great.
We'll have Messi on the pod.
Hey, man.
Messi, come
That'll
on
be
the pod.
lit.
I don't know what that's
Manifest
going to
that.
happen, bro.
Hell yeah.
We have another 5 years before he most likely retires.
Yeah. We gotta hope that Messi has a kid, that he bangs up the wife and.
Bro, he has, I think, 3 boys or 2
but
boys.
we need one born in the U.S.
We need an
Danny's playing for the U.S.
True.
Bro, come on, we need it.
Shit.
We need Miami.
We
Messi.
should go to go into the future with a time machine and be let's put a baby in that shit.
Tell him in Spanish. I mean, never mind, bro.
I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
We
If he
need
has
a
another
move
kid,
right there.
here, and then he's playing for the national team, the U.S.
wow,
national
we'll
team.
have a Messi for the U.S. national team.
It'll be sick.
That's if the kid decides to, because I'm pretty sure the kid can decide.
You have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
But if you grow up in the States, you grow up going to school here, you have friends here and stuff like that.
You're going to want to stay here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to represent what you grew up at. So
Nah, for
Like
sure.
it'll be amazing when these
Yeah.
kids play soccer too,
it's
like he
fucking
did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for coming here and using, what we have for you, because this is not just for us, but this is for everyone that has, the time to come here and, be able to also put it to use.
Absolutely.
This shot was made so that we could share with a lot of people, and
Hell yeah.
it's nice that you see the value in that too, because that's kind of what we're trying to create,
Yeah.
community.
For sure, bro.
So
And hopefully this is not the last time either,
I was gonna say, hopefully I'm back.
Let's keep linking up.
Quinn's been saying he wants to do
bro.
it. So
Quinn,
Yeah.
who else was I talking to
Keels.
the other day? Trevor Keels.
Yeah.
Keels, yeah, that could happen in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So it's stay in touch.
Nah, I definitely
I'll be
will.
back. It's a
I'll let
close
you know.
trip. It's easy.
Yeah,
so.
New York
I mean,
to Maryland,
and
bro.
you were saying even for the NFL players, because
Yeah.
I do more NFL than NBA, so
Yeah.
I'll be letting you know for that too if you want to
100%,
come down,
100%.
record something.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I got you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Well, with that being said, you know what to do, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify. Like our stuff on social medias like TikTok and Instagram. Go follow my man Matt right here. Make sure to go like his content on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram. We're gonna have his social media right below.
Yeah, and if you could remind him, bro, the page that you're gonna have like most of the interviews on, stuff like that.
So everything's gonna be on Title League's YouTube. So that's the production company I work with. That's who does all the behind the scenes stuff. Shout out to them. Shout out Kurt, Sophia, Will, Hong, everybody, all that whole team. But yeah, it's on Title League. So TIDAL and then League. You'll find it all on there.
Nice.
That's right. And then real quick, bro, what do you have coming up soon? Give us a teaser of what you have coming up.
Well, we just nobody knows about what we've been filming for season 2. So for season 2, we have Evan Fournier, we have Jeremy Sohan, and we have Sadiq Bey so far. So
Nice.
3 solid
any
big
teasers
guests.
on ones coming
After
after
that?
that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to NBA guys' work you know, a little last minute, so it's hard to give guarantees. But been talking to Jalen Williams, been talking to Jackson Hayes, been talking to Davion Mitchell, been talking to Quinn Cook, Austin Rivers, a lot of guys. But a lot of it again is finding the time to lock in a session and be able to get there and make it all happen. So
yeah, I feel like the stars have to line up.
Yeah. So hopefully everything lines up, and then season 2 will be bangers for you guys.
Hell yeah.
There we go. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight's episode. Edwin, you want to say anything else before we say goodbye?
Nah, besides just checking us out, of course, following Inked NBA. If you guys already don't, follow the whole team, and make sure you guys go to Title League. Check the thing that we shot today out there. My bad, it's late. I was tattooing all day.
Yeah. It's literally 1 a.m. by the way. We've been here at least
we've been grinding
more
bro.
than 12 hours.
Matt looks like he's straight, like he just woke up. Like this boy's not tired.
Nah, I'm asleep on the way
He's
home.
24, bro. He's still young, man.
Yeah.
That's literally what, 4 years younger than me,
bro.
5 years younger than you, 6 years younger than you.
6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
7. I'm 31, bro.
You look young as hell, though. I thought you were way younger.
Nah, I'm 31, bro.
Yeah, I thought you're like 27. Like
I'm 29.
Yeah, you get like 27.
Yeah.
You I thought was like my age. I thought you were like 24.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I look old, but hey, that's a good thing.
Don't feed into his ego, bro.
You look like 42.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I like that better.
Yeah, 42.
That way I try to stay young.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta keep him humble.
All right, guys. So make sure to check out the whole team. You know, follow everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know who else you want to see on the podcast, and you know, just stay tuned, guys.
Yes.
We got more coming up.
See you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Inklusive out. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well done.
Let's go. Let's go home. It's 1 a.m.
Well done.